Now we're going to have what is called Mbawula Chat. Bulelani Kianotlo facilitates this Mbawula Chat with a powerful entrepreneur, but Kianotlo just more about what the Mbawula Chat is about and why it beats Mbawula Chat and what we're going to learn from it. Xitsakiso. Did I pronounce that correctly? Okay, my brother, great. So he's the entrepreneur, Xitsakiso Baloyi, the founder of Ashes, please can Labon. The Skankwatis. Exhibitors. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Xitsakiso Baloyi is the founder of Rabbit Group, serial entrepreneur, developed a number of businesses, studying it, they're in inventing, studying it, they're in logistics, entertainment. It's an events management, car rental, clothing. You know, when you speak about an entrepreneur, uzama kamo, okay, kamo how popi azame kamo, kamo popi how popa kamo azame kamo. He's hustler, real hustler. So he's in the building, but the core business primarily focuses on client services and customized sales on special commodities. Mbawula Chat between Bulelani, Liena. Just have a conversation, sharing their journey, who they are, what they do, and what their business is about. Just for the next 30 minutes, then we announce the pitch winner, then we have something to eat, and we continue with our day. Are we together? Hashtag? Join us for TP. Who said Bekele Beke? Kimang, Kwena? No, who said? Kibata, who was it? Who? At the back. It was you. Because of your eagerness and your passion and because you are in this thing together, I'm going to give you a prize. Please don't leave without getting a prize from me. I love the energy, man. And it was quick. She was like, hashtag, Becky. All right, my brother, please come on stage. As he comes on stage, please come on the side, my brother. Oh, come on, the last speaker for the day. Let's show him some love. Limpopo from down Bonteng Lerato. Take a seat. And then this will be facilitated by Bulelani Balabala as he comes on stage to facilitate this Mbawula Chat. One, two.
Afternoon. Tobela. Legai. Kenalo Waramo. And Tato Baloyi. And we're going to have a chat. So we've got something we call the Mbawula Chat. And the Mbawula Chat is a segment where we just have a conversation with a local business owner. You know, in every province we go to, we strive to find someone in that province to just chat to, you know, and just to get an understanding, who are they, you know, where do they come from? And that's where we sort of draw the inspirational part of the day, because the different people, they spoke about different things, we learned different things, and the master class and all that stuff. So this is just the inspirational segment, and then we'll hand over quickly to Sbu, who will then do the pitching announcement, and then Raja. But I still encourage you, don't leave, meet all the different exhibitors, because my biggest request would be, even if it's not 10 ranta, 20 ranta, but I mean, there's so many people here. So you can imagine if one person stops at an exhibition stand, and then they take turns to say, we're gonna take a picture, we'll tag you on social media. I'm gonna take a picture of the next one, and I'm gonna tag you on my Instagram account. And then if you're not Facebook fan, I'm gonna take a picture of the next one and tag you. That's how you build an inclusive economy. But sometimes we always say, "Ngaso support khonaje because akna chelet." and then we wait till we have money, but the chances might not happen. So this is the right opportunity, and that's the most impactful thing. So la uja bega mola unonka dinepe umshute utole di handles abona, and then waba post them on Facebook. Akere bana besu. Hey, yeah, no, lena kwa moko, lena kwa Turfloop kwa mangweng kwa. No, I'm kidding, man. But I love everyone in this room, and I thank you guys. I've got this amazing gentleman on the stage, and we thank you for your time, and thank you to all the speakers that spoke here. You spoke extremely well. But just in kicking off our chat, Mbawula Chat, maybe just, pretend the ones who know you don't know you, I don't know you, I know nothing about you, you just dropped from the heavens to the stage. Just tell us who you are, where you are from, and then you can enter a bit in and around how you got into entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Bulelani, for the chance, and to the team, thank you, and everyone, all the speakers, you're appreciated. My name is Xitsakiso Baloyi, or I should take it up like this. All right, thank you. My name is Xitsakiso Baloyi. For those who know me from my childhood, they know me as Election. So I don't like that name mainly because of certain reasons, but yeah. So this is a boy who was raised and bred Akangwamitwa in Zanin. It's a small village, that side. So I grew up from there and then came to varsity. That was in the year 2012 at the University of Limpopo. And right when I was busy studying, because coming from back then, I used to do business, I used to sell sweets at school. I used to take pictures whenever we would go to what do we call this? Trips. So I would take pictures and stuff like that. But when I came here, I continued with that. Then in the year 2013, I started a group. That's where we're doing, that's where the events management, if you can check on your social medias, there's Rabbit Events Management. That's where the event management company started in 2013. And from there, we sort of like started with the Rabbit group now, because as time went by, a lot of companies started to come up from that one. Yeah.
Now, one of the key things that I'd like to understand is, so being an entrepreneur, being an individual who started this, did you start with any funding? Did you get any sort of business support when you started? Any mentors you could sort of reach to? And how did you deal with navigating some of the industries that you knew nothing about?
On that, when I started, I didn't really have funding. And even up until today, I've never been funded. Let me just put that, because a lot of people keep asking me such questions, if ever we have received funding from any government and stuff, but we have never received any funding up until today. Maybe we'll have a chat with Nedbank there, we might have something. But yeah, when I started in 2013, I just started with, because the company was officially registered in 2015, but it started in 2013. So when we started, we were just doing events, whenever people invite you to come and sing at their events, play and take pictures there, just like that. And a lot of people started calling us. And then there was a place, a church down there. I'm a church boy, by the way. They wanted us to render services, but they wanted a registered company. So in 2015, that's where I decided to say, let me just register this business. I registered the business, and just like that, 2 months down the line, we got the deal, and we signed, I think it was somewhere around 70-something thousand on that event. And that's how we actually started. The funding started from that. We didn't start with funding. I was just doing what I do, You just, whenever you are called, you pitch and do whatever that you are called to do. So people started paying us, and that's how the money went back and back and back again, and that's how we did it.
Yeah, so this is why specifically when we introduced him, we played Skapora Moreki. Because we've got a Moreki. Let's give him a round of applause. No, I'm kidding. No, man. So, but give me an idea. So entrepreneurship in and itself is very hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but entrepreneurship is hard. You know, oftentimes it's said that it's not for the faint-hearted. How do you, and how did you, and how do you continue to navigate and to still say, through lockdown, COVID-19, load shedding, I'm going to still continue in this entrepreneurial journey, you know? Because I mean, I look at my entrepreneurial journey, you know, when lockdown happened, I felt like a startup again. You know, all these people out of the office, I'm left with 1, 2 people, they are far, you can't deal as you should, there's business, contracts are frozen, but how do you navigate? You know, because the thing sometimes about the people that we engage and, you know, Lerato, all the way to Hodi, all the way to Mpo, Lizzie, everyone, you know, when you get someone to come and speak on stage, they don't look like they've gone through any tough times. It's because their scars don't show. Yeah. The reason why we introduce this question is so that there's a level of realness around what you be faced with, what he's been faced with, and what you might still face as you move on.
You know, as an entrepreneur, I actually loved when there was a magazine that came out. I was the front of a page, and they wrote serial entrepreneur, as you said. I loved when I saw that because, look, navigating back, when the first company was Rabbit Events Management, as I said. Then after Rabbit Events Management came Rabbit Clothing. If you can see, I'm wearing a T-shirt here. I said I'm a church boy. This one is preaching. So this is one of my own, it's under the clothing brand. So after that, I started car rental. Car rental, which is one of the businesses which people usually say that now this business is for, you know, the whites. It's not for the blacks. So I came into the car rental business back in from 2016. And at that time, I was doing, you know, I did BSc at the university. For those who know BSc in physical and mineral sciences, you will know how much it whips. So I was doing BSc. In the year 2016, I was still doing third year, second year from 2012. So I sort of like, yeah, that's how BSc will whip you, you know? But for me, I was not really focused much, I think, at school because I was busy with business, you know? When you're coming from a background where there's not so much, there's not enough money, you don't really have... Yes, I did get support from home, but it was not really that enough, you know? I thought, let me just do something for myself that will bring in more money, you know? So it sort of like slowed me down on my academics. But fast forwarding, 2016, I did car rental. Then lockdown came now. With the lockdown, when it came, which is a story that a lot of people might not know, my cars were repossessed by the bank for the car rental. They were repossessed by the bank, and you know, now it's back to square one. You have to start over and try and make things work. At that time, there are no events. At that time, there's no one who's buying clothes to go where? I'm in my house, I'm not doing anything, you know? So it was one of the moments where, you know, Mr. Bulelani, I was breaking down, in fact. I was staying here at Mankweng at that time before I could move. But I had my last 1,000 in the account, you know. I had my last 1,000 in the account. And with that, I was supposed to go and buy groceries, you know. So at that time, during lockdown, you know, when lockdown was still like that, so I decided to say, since I have got a company, let me get a, what do we call this thing? Yes, a permit. I needed to get a permit. I did a permit for myself. Then I drove from the house to Paledi. And then I bought some groceries. So because I wanted to keep myself busy, Mpo spoke about social media. Make sure what you advertise on your social media or what you post on your social media will really work for you. A lot of people are just posting grooves beers, savannah on the head every day, and you trying to better yourself. So what happened with me at that time, I decided when I bought the groceries, I was, let me go back to the house. I went on my Facebook now, you see. I was always posting whenever, even now, for those who are following me, you know, whenever I cook or I do something at the house, I will take a picture of it, I'll post it and say the kitchen, the boss is in the kitchen today, you see. So someone saw and they used to follow. So people would send me texts to say, no, tomorrow let's prepare dumpling and steak, or dumpling and this. Then I would prepare that while people are following me, and I would be busy teaching them. So one of the days, one lady, her name is, I forgot this, I'll tell you just now when I remember. She said, can we prepare pizza? I was like, pizza? I've never prepared pizza in my life. And I don't know how to prepare it. But I was like, okay, it's fine. Let me see what I can do. The same day, I drove out to the mall again. I bought, I think it was 300 grams, if not 150 grams of cheese. Then I went back to the house and some ingredients which I had in the fridge. At that time, I was starting with paloni, you know, not the most expensive things. No, I didn't have my bacon, I didn't have your ham, I didn't have all the other things that you see, your salamis and stuff. So I had only chicken paloni in my fridge. I took it, cut it into pieces, prepared pizza. I did the base. Oh, I checked the base on YouTube, by the way. So I was like, oh, how do they prepare this? Then I saw, this is a simple thing. I prepared it. After I prepared it, remember I'm live on Facebook while doing that. Yeah? So after I prepared that, someone sees the final product when I post. They were like, no, man, we have not been eating pizza in a very long time since lockdown started. Remember lockdown started around end of March, somewhere there. So I started the Rabbit's Pizza business on the 10th of April. So you can just look how hard it was to even go out at that time. So I prepared pizza and posted. Mpo was one of them. She's a very good friend of mine, Mpo Mashita. Then she calls me and says, Rabbit, I see you're also preparing pizza. A lot of people as well, they're like, no, please, we want to taste that pizza because we have not bought pizza at any restaurant in a long time. So the president then came and said, let's ease things up. Maybe the restaurants can open and they start doing deliveries, you know? So I was like, I'm not a restaurant, I understand, but I'm a business, it's registered, I've got a permit. Let me go and do the deliveries as well. So people started ordering in large numbers, you know? Then I would drive my car. I remember I was driving the Avio. It was a white Avio sedan there, which was later on taken as well by the bank again. So I was doing deliveries all around, and I started making money, you know? From that 1,000, I started making money. I would do about 10 deliveries in a day. Remember, that's like 1,000 rand because I was doing only large pizzas. And guess what? Large pizza. I did not have even a pizza cutter for that matter, or the one that you measure with. So sorry for those of you who will find out today, but I was using a lead. Yeah, and is that a 5 liter or what bucket? yeah, that one. You know, so I was using literally that to make it round, you know, because you have to make it round. So I did not even have what we call, you know, I don't even know the names of the things I use at my restaurant, by the way. But I did not even have the roller, the pizza roller. Guess what I was using? Yeah, I was using a cold drink bottle. That's true. I was using a cold drink bottle. I was literally doing it, and there's one video, I think, if I get it, I'm going to share it. I had the SABC coming into the house now to come and interview me. So the SABC called me. They're like, no, you know, we have heard about you, and we see you on social media. So the news anchor said, we are coming. So they came to the house. I literally asked them, I was like, please, don't capture the part where I am. You know, don't capture this part. You can capture the other parts, but not the part where I am rolling on the dough. Then the lady understood. She's from Baloyi. She's a Baloyi as well. She was like, no, it's fine. We'll just capture when you take. So they came at that time. Most of you might have seen me on the news on DSTV because of that. So it was on DSTV throughout the whole week. So every news they would call me. So after that, I'm receiving a lot of messages, a lot of calls. Bompo, they are calling. Daily Sun is calling. Sowetan is calling. I was even frustrated now because, a lot of people are calling you to interview you about what you are doing because they feel like you have made it. And at that time, these people, bankarata now, send karele. Because if ever you call me for an interview, at least give me something, Because I didn't have money. On a serious note, I didn't have money. And everyone out there knows you. People are seeing you on TV. They are inboxing you. They are texting you, oh, Mr. Rabbit, we love you. We see your work. We see you doing well and all those things. That encouraged me. Thank you for those words anyway, but I never have money at that time. So at that time, I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm taking it. And a lot of people started knowing about us now. So I also got a chance, if you might have seen on the profile, to be interviewed. I was on the Expresso show, SABC 3 as well. I was preparing pizza live there as well. So that's actually how we actually started. The business now, it came in the midst of lockdown. This is to say to others who are saying, no, there's nothing for me to start with, But you start with what you have at that moment. Believe in yourself. The first person that you need to believe in is yourself, not anyone else. Because you will come to me and tell me, what, I've got a business idea. He did say now, you would come and say, I sent an email, I want an opportunity to come and pitch my business. You won't be able to listen. I have done that to a lot of businesses. I'm not going to mention names because some of them might be around, But that never stopped me. I continued to even work when it was exactly like that. Then, fast forwarding now, coming back, from the people of Mankweng, I saw some of them were asking me, why are we not getting pizza? Why are we not getting pizza? So now you'll get an answer why you were not getting pizza in Mankweng ever since the year started. So now, here's another downfall, Mr. Bulelani, that came. Lockdown came and left. Now, load shedding comes back. So when load shedding comes, it's yet another story. So my restaurant was not open. Here, if you know Dijon, here, my restaurant was there. It was not opened. The day I came in on a Monday, I was like, let me go and check what do I have. It was not open the previous week, so I came to open and check. So I left. The following day, I was just around here because I used to stay here, by the way. So I left. We were playing snooker there, which is with pool as well. So I left to town. When I got to town, after passing Mall of the North, I received a call. Your shop is burning. Your shop is burning. I'm like, burning? From what? Electricity left at 11. Now it's almost 1. Now your shop is burning. So that one brought me down as well. I was like, this is hard. And at the moment, I'm busy trying to build or trying to work on another project at Kukune. By the way, I'm running yet another restaurant. It's bigger than the one that you had here. It's at Kukune. Yeah. So, Kukune, for those who are coming from that side, you don't need to drive to Polokwane, Mall of the North to come and have your breakfast, or you can just go there. You get everything. So you can also go on Rabbit's Pizza on your social media. You will see what we do. Your cocktails, all your mocktails and stuff, they are already there. You see, the downfall here did not stop me, Mr. Bulelani. I decided, this is beyond my control. I cannot change the situation. Growing up at church taught me one thing. There's a prayer of serenity that says, Lord, teach me to accept the things that I cannot be able to change. So I decided to say, this I cannot change at all. Let me just let it be the way it is. Then I decided, let me take a step back. And as it stands, I took a step back, but I never stopped doing what I was doing. I continued with what I was doing, which came out to even be bigger than what I was doing or what I lost at that moment. So that's how I dealt with, or how I'm dealing with it, because I'm still dealing with it even now.
A round of applause. What a story that answered so many questions and had so many nuggets in there, right? Because sometimes, and I think I want to just share this part, because entrepreneurship is difficult, number one. Entrepreneurs have gone through various cycles of entrepreneurship, and some have closed down. The beautiful thing that I love about this is finding different ways of pivoting in different circumstances. Because, and sometimes what we do is that we internalize the failure. Yeah. Because the failure of a business is not the failure of you as an individual. This is what I'm picking up. I don't know what you guys are picking up. And this is validating me, right, as an individual who's in business, that the failure of a business is not my personal failure. That there's nothing wrong, failure, and then and then you catch some breath, and then you go back in. Maybe you'll go back, if you'll go back, you are not the failure. But circumstances sometimes become so bad that your shop burns down, unprovoked. And what do you then do? Do you give up entirely and throw yourself hat out of the ring, or do you find certain ways of saying, I'll try another chance, or whatsoever the case is? So, I mean, you're obviously an entrepreneur. You're telling us you learned some of the stuff. I mean, the pizza base on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, how do you keep updated, in the entrepreneurial journey? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a business guide? How do you keep yourself up to breast? Because sometimes what we then also do sometimes is that we hold back on doing certain things because we feel like, well, I don't have a mentor yet, a physical mentor who's giving me time, so I won't do anything. And then sometimes we also then undermine watching YouTube videos and the sorts because we sort of feel like that content is not the same because
I do have a mentor, not even one, by the way. There's a man by the name of Patrick Shiburi. He's one person who's been mentoring me.
Hey, so I want to say something here. Hey, it's a small world, eh? I'm cutting him. So the gentleman is mentioning, does this gentleman all the way from Tanin, this gentleman all the way from Tanin, I'll tell a story. I'm running my internet cafe years ago, I think over 9-10 years ago. This gentleman from Tanin, I don't know what happened on this day, on that particular day, but he's driving past, going somewhere. Now, he worked for a big organization at the time. Now, I'm in the middle of Tembisa. We're not on the main road. I'm running an internet cafe. We're trying to print t-shirts, right? This is a business I've been running for 17 years. And he brought it up earlier on in the week. Small world. This gentleman stops and then says, I need something. I need to send a quick email to the office quickly. Is there at least anything? But he's driving from these areas all the way to Pretoria, all the way to Joburg. From Joburg, he's driving back this side because he had meetings. Somehow he stops this side. He stops. We have a quick conversation. He looks at me, says, I like you. Get our phone there. He disappears. Calls me 4 days later. We got the biggest order we have ever gotten ever since I've opened the business. So I wanted to just give some background on the type of, and then disappeared. Literally, no, I can't explain it any more than that. He came in, said, get la utusa, brought the order from the company, they paid, we delivered. I didn't even know how we delivered. We did the work, he then disappeared. And then now I'm meeting him again years later over 10 years later through this gentleman. Continue, sir.
Yeah, so he's a wonderful man. This man, back from home, Mwamitwa, he's a pastor, by the way. So when I came to the university, he sort of like took me in as his son. So he came here, then he started mentoring me, telling me and encouraging me. Because as an entrepreneur or as a person, you need to be encouraged. You cannot do it by yourself and alone. You need someone to come and encourage you and say, don't worry, this thing. Imagine now for someone who has, for me, I got my cars repossessed. If someone's car is about to be repossessed, like I said, a friend of mine, his car was about to be repossessed. He called me, he's like, Ish, I'm stressed, bruh. My car is about to be repossessed. I was like, no, don't even worry about that. Because, I have passed through that process, I said, don't worry, you don't need to stress. Call the bank or call whoever that called you saying, no, we want to come and take your car. Make an arrangement and tell them, no, I'll give you 100 rand this week. I'll give you 100 rand next week. I'll give you another 100 rand that other week. That's what they want, isn't it? She's here as the bank. She's clapping because that's what they want. On a serious note, it's something that you need someone to talk to. If you don't know, you know that you are paying 4,000 for a car, for example. Now, you don't even have 500 or you only have 400. Now they're about to come and take your car. They have sent you emails. So he comes and says, my car is about to be. I was like, no, don't know. I call those people. Tell them this. Tell them you will give them 200 next week. You will make an arrangement after that, So this man started encouraging me just like that. And throughout that, I'm not here to talk about repossessed cars, but yeah, I was just passing through. So he calls me and he talks to me every day, literally every day. I stay in town and he stays in town as well. So I literally go there. His family members know me as their brother as well. You see, so he sort of like encouraged me and groomed me. And on top of that, I learn from a lot of people. I'm one person, I try my level best not to make myself or look like I have it all, As much as I feel like at the moment I am good with what I'm having, I will literally stand with a security guard trying to understand how are you doing, how do you do things? Because you never know what you can pick up from that person. So you don't need to have pride and say, no, I'm driving a car, I'm doing this person is working. You don't know what they have. Because driving a car does not necessarily mean you have a lot of money anyway. No, it doesn't. A lot of people feel like when you're driving a car, it means, this person is moneyed, he has a lot of money. We have driven a lot of cars and we still came back home, got empty tank, I've been driving for 15 Ks now, am I going to get to Polokwane or not, So they are still struggling and they are still taking their cars. So everyone, as an entrepreneur, you need someone who can be able to mentor you. You need someone you can be able to talk to, For me, if I did not have anyone to talk to me when my business was coming down, I would have literally, I don't know what would have happened. Because I remember at one point, when I decided to start even this pizza business, when I was doing the cooking shows on my Facebook, not on TV, I was literally crying at home. You are alone in the house. There's no one who can even visit you. Because should we visit you, we don't know if we will go home alive or after tomorrow we will die of COVID, But whenever you've got a mentor, you're able to talk to them because those are people you believe in, people who believe in you. Remember, you must have someone who believes in you as well. You don't just come to me and say you want me to mentor you and I don't even believe in you. Next thing you want me to help you on something, this thing is not going to work. It's not going to work. So you need someone who will believe in you, someone you can learn from. You don't just go and say, no, I want this person. Learn from that person from a distance. Then you get to know what exactly are they for. Then will they be able to help me? Yeah. Now, if they help you, then come closer and say, no, I've been looking at you from a long distance. There's no such a thing. I got love at first sight. You need to get to learn and see the person. Will this person be able to assist me? Will he be able to encourage me to build my business?
One last question from me, then we're going to open up to 3 people who've got questions. Then we close, give to Smoo, we eat. So I love what he talks about. Before I ask you the question, and it's just a personal encouragement to entrepreneurs, especially if you owe the bank or any supplier, don't ignore private numbers. Don't ignore private numbers. It's some of the things that we need to relearn and unlearn. You don't deal with situations by ducking and diving, but you deal with situations by, the situation is still the same. I still won't be able to pay you guys, but let's talk every Monday. I don't have a problem. No, I still don't have the money. And then sometimes, ibe wena o phone gore mamelang man, sekoloto se ka re sang palla. Re ka etsa jwang? Le ka se kgone gore le se hafolenyana or re etse something. The fact that you're engaging means that you're managing the challenge. And it's part of the things that I'm picking up here. But don't do the ignoring customers. You're supposed to deliver an order. The order is late. You're ignoring the customer's phone. Umfagamo silent. And then you show up after 2 hours. Don't do that. Talk to the person and you'll be surprised. Will actually, the moment you engage with someone, you realize understand there's been a delay and there's been a challenge. But to the topic of the day, my last question then, like I said, 3 people to ask questions. You come up, you stand on the X, marks the spot in front here. We'll call you up. But it's to the topic of the day. You know, being a small business owner, you know, there are various challenges. The challenges of how do I navigate getting new customers and stakeholders and managing teams and hiring the right people and, you know, all of that stuff. It's a sort of a big question, but you answer the portion of it that you sort of feel you can in this moment. You know, how have you assembled the right sort of people over the years? And you might have attracted the wrong, but assembled the right sort of people over the years to help you in various aspects of your entrepreneurial journey, whether they're still open or they're closed, and whatever the case is.
In attracting the right people, it might be some of the people that I have employed over the years, some that I have worked with. Like I'm saying, a relationship is the most important thing. Make sure you create relationships. There's a lot of people, they are burning bridges. For the fact that you know Mpo can open a door for you to get to someone else. You know? Look, with that interview that I have got from SABC, it got me to a point where I was even called by the Office of the Presidency. The office of the presidency called me. They was like, no, we have seen you are doing this on social media. I repeat again. We have seen your work on social media, and we loved what you're doing. This was Khadija. Yes. This is the person who writes the speech for the president and stuff. So they're like, we see your work, and the president is interested in you. Can we write about you so that he can talk about you? Then I was like, yeah, definitely. Why not? He's the president. You don't need to ask a question. You don't need to ask me anything when it comes to that. So we spoke, and after we spoke, they wrote a story. If you have got data on your phone, you can just Google now. Google my name, Xitsakiso Baloyi. You will see. I have got articles which are even written in Chinese. I can't even read that. So in that, I got a lot of exposure, you know. So you get to know someone and be able to service that person. After servicing that person will be able to go and recommend you. That's why there's what we call networking on the program. You must be able to network. I have already networked with him now. He did not know anything about Raskukuni. We spoke. Now we have to work on something on the other end. We don't have any deliveries on that side. You know, so it's small things that you might think they might not work for you, that will work for you. So networking, make sure you network with people. Make sure. I have worked with a lot of companies, by the way, and they were okay. To put it on record, I just got my first official, what can I say, professional job last week. Ne? I have never worked for any company in my life. I have never worked for any company. So in me working and doing what I have been doing, a lot of people keep calling me, no, we see your work. Can we be able to work with you? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention names of companies that I've worked with. Okay. They did not sponsor us.
That's a good answer, actually. Yeah. Give them a round of applause for that.
So have worked with big companies, you know. I have worked with big companies that you can mention. For those who are following me on social media, you might have seen them. So these companies, they call me, they say, no, we have seen your work somewhere on social media. I'm very active on social media. Even now, if you can go on my Facebook, I've already posted when I got there. When I got here, the first person I took pictures of was Mpo, and I sent them to her. And again, yes, Mama, you spoke about a competition that for the load shedding. I was watching you while I was driving from Tanin. I was at work. I was driving up Mahubas Kloof, and I heard you talking about that. You know, it's not everyone who is more active on Twitter, right? You can answer. I'm speaking for you, Pela. No, you know. So it's not everyone who is active on Twitter. Personally, I'm not so active on Twitter. I would like to do the competition, but I'm not that active. But I'm more active on Facebook. So let's stretch it to Facebook as well and Instagram so that it can cover a lot number.
It's
done.
All
it's done. Thank you. Yes, I have spoken for you. You can clap for me. Thank you. You know, so I'm one person who's very active on Facebook, and a lot of people are following me. I don't accept invitations anymore because I think it's full. I'm not sure even if it's full or not. So whatever you do, make sure that it works for you. If you want to be better, look, time flies. It flies. Yes. Yes. Time flies. It moves fast as light, you know. The moment you see it, it's already gone. So you think now you are at the university and you're busy studying grooves are the in thing. Groove. You need time for yourself. You need time to relax. You need time to detox, you know. But make sure whatever you do on your time and in your social media space, make sure it's not going to affect you. Make sure it's not going to affect you. So I don't know if I'm still answering your question or I'm just moving straight ahead, but...
How many people in this room are enjoying this conversation? There's your answer.
Yeah.
So just 3 questions because we've stretched the program, and I really thank you guys for that, accommodating the load shedding issues, switching over to generators. But if there's any 3 individuals who've got questions, please raise your hand, come up, ask. Okay, we've got 1, 2, the lady at the back, the gentleman, the last one. I've got 2, is there the last one? The gent. Yeah, please come to the X. Please help us with a mic. Yeah, please just come up to the front. 3 questions, we hand over to Sbu, we announce the pictures, we eat, we network. Don't forget, the exhibitors, take pictures, tag them on social media, all of them. It's my simple request. Please come. That's Exonga Solve. Perfect. Okay, he's bringing the mic. I think we're entrepreneurs, so take the chance to introduce yourself, what you do, ask the question.
Is it morning? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sonta Hamakaka, well known as Marietta the Dreamer. I'm a fashion designer, a self-taught fashion designer. As far as his business started in COVID, and mine too started in COVID when I took my mom's Duke and started to sew a mask because we had to go out. So as far as his business had to bend down, during COVID, what do we call this thing? Load shedding. It raised my goosebumps to say, I'm struggling with load shedding, and my business is very small. So with those 2 industrial machines I have, if lights goes off and it comes back and triggers something and it burns down, what is it that I can do? And as far as I'm stressed now, how best can I deal with my current situation? Probably even others have got the same situation to say, what if the electricity comes back and everything gets affected? Mind you, my business is still in the back room. So how can I best deal with the situation I'm in? Yes, there is generators and solar panels, of which I don't afford now, but how can I deal with this? Which best way can I deal with this? Can be psychological or any advice on how can I best deal with this situation? Thank you.
So you'll just note and then we'll answer after for comfort. I'll also chip into that one. Sir, please stand on the X marks the spot. You're looking good,
Okay.
dressed nice.
Okay, thank you. Khotso, lega, nakalina ke na pitching Max Clifford, all the way from Mokopan. I'm the founder ya Mowasha Fruit Juices. We manufacture 100% juices. The first question, again, Leona, to Mr. Baloyi, kore after your restaurant was banned by load shedding, who was the first person to call in terms of the support system? Secondly, how long Nagovijaring to recover from the depression you had after your restaurant was banned? And the suppliers, how can we, or what is the procedure we can use to supply your shop or your shops with our products?
Sir,
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm 20 years old from Mashashan. I don't have any company under my name right now. It's just here to learn and network with some people. I decided to jot down my question so that it can be understandable. So that I don't get nervous. So I wrote it down. It is follows. I know you cannot drift to the top of the mountain. My question is, what are the books you used to read that poured massive ingredients into your life? Thank you.
question, thank you, beautiful. Now just, thank you, sir. Yeah, the first question, but maybe just to break the ice on the first question, I think the one is, for the fact that she mentioned the mental health, I think on the one, she mentioned the mental health and also how to sort of prevent it from burning down. Obviously, when power comes back, it comes back at an insane surge. So some of the things that you could potentially try doing is having surge-protected multi-plugs. But obviously, in an instance where you run an operation that uses three-phase electricity, then you need like surge protectors and surge resistors that are added to your DB board. Right? That would be on the technical side. And that would sort of help you. And then based off your conversation, maybe with an electrician, maybe an electrician might even say to you, what you need is the surge protector and a surge protection rod. One that will go up on top of the house or on the ground. But sometimes if ukashite, then the best thing to do is just to insulate where you are. Ufage barking. That's, one of the brands that's out there sold, you get one of those. But I think on the depressive part, and that's really the tough part. For me, just build a community of people around you. Sometimes you think, what am I going to share with that person? But the commonalities are the fact that entrepreneurship at its elementary level is all the same. We differ in what we sell out to the market. So having a community of individuals means you will have someone and share ideas. And sometimes when you share ideas, that's when you might even pivot those ideas to the next level. So over to you, Ntate Baloyi. You've got these three amazing questions. There you go, sir.
All right. I think on that one, on the first one, my sister, the one you asked, he answered it very well. He couldn't be on par. He answered it very well. And when it comes to load shedding, it's something that we are all struggling about now. Because last week, 2 weeks, last week, yes, one of my employees as well burnt another a generator. So as it stands, it's back to square zero again. So, so there's not really something that one can say and say, well, no, we'll run and make sure that you don't express loss and stuff like that. As it stands, we are still going through loss. Hence, I had to accept another job that I got. So to try, if money is not coming in on this side, I take money from this side and put it back into the business. And that's yet another thing that as an entrepreneur you need to know and get to learn. The money that you have, you make sure you invest into your own business. And whatever the business is making, reinvest it back into the business. You can eat profit after... Some businesses can just grow in 2 weeks. Some can grow in a month. Some in 5 years. My business has been there for like 8 years, if I'm counting the registering when we first registered. But I've been operating for like 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. You get it? So on the electricity part, yeah, let's try, as you work, make sure that you put just a little something on the side, so that you are able to invest back into your business. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for funds from other businesses. I have applied. I never got them. I have applied. I never got anything. And I submitted everything. They even called me to pitch and stuff like that. But if it's not yours, it's not yours. Someone else will come and apply in a day and get it. So you don't have to kill those people in the office and say, no, I'm not getting money, I'm not getting anything from you, yet you said we have to apply, So I think I can answer it in that way. Yeah, like I said, you already answered that one. I'm not going to continue on it. I hope you got it. And yet you can also go, okay, since they are a part of, they are a part of us now. You can also go to NYDA. They do help young entrepreneurs, the youth. You can go to them and they will be able to assist you. I know a lot of businesses that you see around here, food outlets. Some of them we attended the same meetings. Like I'm saying, they can still take someone whom you know and they give money and you are left there. You are not going to stop your business because you didn't get that money. So I happen to be that one of those people who never got that funding, but you can still get those funds from NYDA. They do help. They have helped a lot of people. Okay, who was the first person for me to call when I had this whole thing? My mentor. So the first person I called, I didn't call my parents. I did not call any of my family members. I took my phone and I called my mentor. I was like, man, my shop has burned down. Guess what his first words were? How did it happen? I answered, I said, I don't know. I sent him pictures. He drove straight away. In 15 minutes or 20 minutes, he was there. You see, that's why I said you need to have a mentor who understands you, whom you can learn from. That person must be, if it's a man, let that person become more of a brother to you. Not gore o motshwenye ka 10 ya boshigo a sa robetse le mosadi ya gage o no mfounela what's that dilo e ka ra di tsamaye ka mo o nana e ka re o tlo araba. But yes, he should be like a brother and stuff like that. So my mentor was the first person I called when the shop burned. How long did it take to recover? I haven't recovered. That's why Mankweng does not have Rabbit's Pizza at this moment. But I am working on it. The reason why, it's not that I don't already have a spot that I'm supposed to be working in, and I do have a container that is ready to be used, but I am taking my time. Sometimes if you rush, you crash. So I'm trying my level best not to push myself too hard. You see, you need to be in a point where even if you are continuing with what you're doing, your sanity must always come first as well, Because it doesn't help for you to run around doing all these things saying you are trying to impress people. Because most of the time we do these things because we are doing them for people. No, my shop has burned. Trust me, the same day when my shop burned down here, people did not even notice that the shop was burnt. They did not notice because the same day, I took everything. In fact, when they called me, the same hour, we got there, took the fire extinguisher, switched off the fire, and then took everything out. Went out, I bought paint. I felt like I'm still fine, Went out, bought paint, bought the ceiling, bought almost everything that I needed to fix the place. Came back, started to fix the place. Same day, I knocked off. It was around 8 in the evening. I felt, oh yeah, at least I'm getting there. I even took a picture. I was like, no, you can't bring the rabbit down. That was me. It's still there. I did not even delete it. I'm not even going to delete it. I said, you can't bring the rabbit down, because I felt like I still have that strength. But guess what? As I was continuing to work, I felt, no, man, it's not really enough, because I am struggling. I'm overworking myself. And at that time, I didn't even have insurance. So there's no money that I'm going to get from anywhere to fix the shop. You get it? So I haven't recovered from that, but I am doing well. I'm moving on. That's what matters. And on the one, how can we supply you with our products? I love that, my brother. Let's give him a round of applause. You see, as an entrepreneur, you must be able to network. Whatever chance you get, make sure you network. If you can check, I have got my wallet here. It has got my business cards. Everywhere I go, I've got my business cards with me. So make sure you network. That's networking there, and it's 100%. So if you want to supply us, I'm here. I'm your guy. Let's talk. I can even leave my number. You can even Google Xitsakiso Baloyi. You get my number there. I have the phone here. Don't say your number. They don't even. Mine is here. So you can even call. But even after this segment, we can sit and talk. I'm not going anywhere. Yes. And the last one. What are the books that you have read? Buffett. Honestly speaking, I haven't even read Mpo's book. I'm one person, I listen to audio because I'm always on the road. So sometimes you find, like I'm saying, I was live on YouTube while I was driving here. So I listen to a lot of people who are doing business. I'm not a person who does a lot of reading. I know there's a lot of friends of mine who have written books, and I bought those books. You can go to my house now, you will find those books are there, but I've never even opened it. It's me being honest. I have never even opened it. I do buy books. If you write a book, I will buy and just to support you. But I don't really read so much. So I listen to a lot of people motivating. I believe in hearing when a person is speaking, because I feel like, for me, I'm not in discouraging anyone. Read books. They are very important. You learn a lot from them. No, I have read books. Not that I don't read. I have read books, but I won't mention that I read this book, I read this book. So if I read something, I usually open the book, check the table of content. Oh, talking about entrepreneurial growth. Oh, let me hear. I will open on that page or that chapter, then read one page. Oh no, you need to do this. This one is telling me that his uncle was owning Nedbank. Now he then opened tea. He has a lot of money. So that's not for me. That's why. But anyway, read the books and get your motivation from there. Thank you.
So we're gonna release you. Final words. Final words to close off. We release you. Over to Smooth.
Okay, final words that I can say to everyone as an entrepreneur. I know some came to learn, some came because they've got businesses. And I'm glad. I know there are a lot of people who came after they saw my post. Yes, I need to win as well. If you can go on my Facebook page, you will see. There's a lot of shares and a lot of likes over there. So, final word is that I love this guy. I said I don't usually read, but I listen a lot. There's a man called Creflo Dollar. For those who have listened to me give talks almost everywhere, I don't finish a talk without mentioning that. Creflo Dollar says, dedication is the mystery behind distinction. If you are not dedicated to the cause, you will not be able to win. Dedicate yourself to what you are doing. Dedicate yourself to what you have. and make sure you will see it succeed. Again, as I close, I love this. Hope, I'm a preacher, by the way. Hope, as I define it, it's an assurance that something desired, you will get it, right? And hope, it's made up of 4 letters. It's H-O-P-E. Can you say that? H-O-P-E. Let's write it down like this, going down. I did not do a presentation because I was not coming to present. But the first letter, H, it stands for hard work. You can never replace hard work. When you're starting a business, you can never replace hard work, my sister, my brother, you cannot. Make sure you work hard. For people to believe in you, you must have worked the ground. Make sure you work hard on your craft. Make sure you work hard. When I was here, I went to my sister over there, I bought sweets because I never even had breakfast. I had a meeting, immediately came back here. I couldn't even stop anywhere. I went to get sweets over there. She has been selling those sweets for the longest. We've been hosting social markets here in Mankweng, the same one, for businesses. Let me see those who have attended those social markets to come and sell. Even if you have attended, it's fine. Just those who have attended, let me see your hands. You see, there's a lot of people who have attended them and they are here selling, even there at the back, So work hard on yourself. Make sure people know about you. When I went to her, I reminded her, I have seen you on one of the social markets, because she's consistent. You work hard and be consistent on what you're doing. The second letter, it's O. It stands for organize. Make sure you are organized as an entrepreneur. If you are not organized, you cannot be able to do anything. Trust me. People have started and they have failed because they were not organized. Bafetu, let me see Majita here, entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur, Majita, raise your hand with pride. Bafetu, we need to be organized. Banyana abafeli. Batotla baija chelete agago ba utlwela uduchi like that. Afecha arash, wena ash, aubechi. It's better ba ulebule as a person wa usibeche than for you or uchiye the last year stock sa gago uye ubeche yena and then usasa you are dead. Same thing goes, my sister. Ke a tseba hore la rekela di iPhone akere. If u bona ekare now ke chelete ya stock, I don't even go there. Don't eat the seed. If you eat the seed, you will never be able to get fruits anymore, right? So the third letter, it's P. When you have worked so hard and was organized in preparing, in doing a lot of things that you're doing, now you need to prepare yourself. You prepare. I'm not going to talk so much about preparing and stuff like that, but after preparing, what you do, you just enjoy your life and what you have worked hard for. So you enjoy. The last letter, it's E. You enjoy. So thank you so much, Mr. Bulelani, for the opportunity. And yeah.
Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I think we're going to do the picture. We're going to hand over to Sbu while he's taking your social media. If you want to tell them your social media platforms. No, use this one. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. So on social media, personally, it's Xitsakiso Baloyi. You can also find it on Google. Xitsakiso, the one with an X. For some like you who don't know.
No, Xitsakiso. No, I know.
You're good.
You're playing.
Yes, Xitsakiso Baloyi. So on Facebook, one of the businesses is Rabbit Events Management. The second one, it's Rabbit's Pizza. Rabbit with, pizza. That's Facebook. And there's also Rabbit Snaps, because we also take pictures and stuff like that, videos, Rabbit Snaps. And there's also Rabbit Car Rental. None of the businesses died, because you might say, well, no, he started the business, then this one failed, and he did. All of them are still functional and they are operating right now. If you want a car, come to me, I'll give you a car tomorrow. So just follow them, we'll find us.
Nah, man, that is also a round of applause. But let's take a picture of you, the camera guys over there. How do I pose? No, you choose your pose. Now, thank you guys so much for staying the course. Thank you so much to this amazing. Sorry. Oh, yeah, do the gift then. Oh, I must do the gift, yeah. So we've got this.